Hey guys, Dale here, back with some more RimWorld, and today, I think, is our series finale. So, if we take a look here, we have just a few bases left, and we can definitely take those out today. Yesterday, we did lose 3 troopers. We lost a couple from Besh Squad, and so we've added a couple more. It looks like Copper put on a new helmet, so let's get that painted up. We also lost someone from Cynic Squad, so Coyotes joined Cynic Squad, and that puts all of our troopers in A Squad, so we don't have any like squadless troopers hanging around base right now. Depending on how quickly we get things done, that we might not have any more troopers join us. So paint it up. Let's get our ships loaded up, and we'll get things started. Okay, we've got our squads on the board. Our Jedis are joining the assault, leading the assault on this last round of invasions. And back home, we just have Reaper Squadron here defending. We do have ammo and Bambi if needed. I don't think Checkmate has a gun. And then we have some protocol droids that have some wood equipped. I'm just gonna leave that on them. They can have their pieces of wood. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got here on the board. I think we head down this way. That way we can back up if we want to. Once we begin assaulting this like smaller outpost, these guys will start streaming down here. Okay, we are approaching the first outpost. Let's get into a good spot so that we can drop a shield. Ooh, someone's shield went down. Zitro looked like he tried to deflect a shot. Okay, some rockets fired. Ooh, when these rockets miss, they miss dramatically. Killer, let's get you to drop a shield, like right here-ish. Okay, go ahead and deploy your shield. Everyone else in. We have gotten their attention. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Rocket Squad. Thunder, where are you? Thunder's right there. I think we have an orbital beam targeter still. Oh no, we probably used them all. Yeah, I think we used our last one yesterday. Bugs. No, Bugs doesn't have it. I thought we had a tornado generator too. It might have been on the body of Bugs' predecessor. Music, go ahead and get back. Muscle, get in the shield. Thunder, get up here. So this doesn't look like a huge force. 31 of them there. There's 65 of them that are going to be kind of like coming in from the top. These rockets are insane. Very scary when they explode really close to us. These guys are fleeing already. Let's like move in. We'll get some cover behind their buildings. We'll take out some of their defenses down here. Okay, no injuries yet. That being said, it seems like people don't get injured when these uranium slug turrets kill them. It seems like they just die. So, okay, let's hit back here so we can like play with these mountains if we need to. Cynic, do you have a shield? You do. Let's get you more centralized. Let's have you take Bugs' spot. Okay, and the stream is coming a little slow because of all of the snow. I don't think we need to drop our shield yet. They're not even like getting chances to like get shots off. Let's turn this off for now. Let's get you guys up here, like, deflecting shots if we need it. Some of these guys are fleeing. It seems like it is like 3 bases. It's just like they get mashed up, or maybe like 2 groups end up in one base. Let's get you guys here because it seems like this is the corridor that they're wanting to play down. Oh, this like crab droid he's like playing the corner really well. Oh, he's decided to take off maybe? No, just wanted a better angle for us. Okay, so a couple injuries. Let's take a look at Darkwing. Blaster burn, okay. Ahra Kiri, oh, a shot made it through you. Blaster burn, and that's it. So I think you guys are fine. I'm gonna go ahead and run around, take these turrets out, and we'll get the base destroyed message. Okay, base is destroyed. Went looking through all the wreckage. Kind of everyone's just like eaten and collapsed basically. Found the general, the humanoid general. This is Muralaka, Zoe Lovendal here. Ahra Kiri is fixing her up, and we're gonna take her a prisoner. So I think it would serve as an example to kind of like the Confederacy of Independent Systems that we've been capturing. Their generals. Oh, droid must have gotten up. But yeah, we'll fly Zoe home, and then we will continue on. Okay, we have ships taking off. Ooh, was kind of like leading the ships along to try and avoid that. Was hoping that they'd fire at where we were, not where we were going, but I guess that was like a huge miss. Okay, let's get you guys not walking through the fire. Boulders and missiles coming in. These guys are super aggressive with the mortars. Okay. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Okay. There are 2 bases here. It looks like we're heading towards the bigger base. Looks like they're having some power issues though, because it is nighttime, so that is great for us. Let's see if there are any more like projectiles coming in. Looks like they usually fire some initial salvos and then kind of like cool it. So let's get gathered up here. Okay, looks like we're firing some rockets. Took out a super battle droid. And our buff is going to arrive. Their weapons down here are not powered. Okay, looks like we get some fire foam. Okay, do we have a shield here, killer? No, you're out. Cynic, why don't you go ahead and let's get everyone here. Actually, let's do that, and then everyone but Cynic will tell to group around Cynic. Ugh, they didn't follow the second order. Okay. Okay, shield drop. There we go. There we go. This is the bigger of 2 bases, so there's probably 2 groups here, and then these guys are streaming in from the left. We did take some like burns from that mortar fire. Okay, these little crab droids. They're very adorable. I really like them. Okay, Ahra Kiri, let's get you up here. Zitro, oh, actually, Zitro, you're hurt a bit. You know what we might do? Let's reactivate that. Oh no. The HUD mod is not liking things right now. Let's do this. Oh, you aren't aligned to the right side. Let's go ahead and have you heal yourself. Oh, that was great, actually. That's all you needed. Ahra Kiri, let's do the same thing. Heal self. Oh, that's beautiful. Flux, go ahead and get back into the shield. I know you're very excited. Let's get you guys up as well. Okay, so we have one group fleeing. the other thing that I want to keep an eye out for, like, the fleshy human commanders. Like, for the most part, we're just doing burn damage. If we take a look at our prisoner back here, where are you? Zoe just had, like, well, she lost an arm. It got torn off. Sixer, apparently. Sixer, what do you have? Do you have a rocket launcher? Yeah, I assumed that it was the rocket launcher, but the rest was just like blaster burns that put her enough pain to like bring her down without killing her. Ooh, okay. Destroyer droid up here with its shield still intact. Oh, look at all these rockets are insane looking. That's amazing. Okay, took its shield out, took its cover out. Let's go ahead and like move up. Okay, these guys are coming in. Let's move this way. I see this turret has power, so we'll take it out, but we'll make them kind of like come around the corner or through tight corridors at us. Oh, sanguiphages wanna come meet at our colony. Okay, Ahra Kiri, let's go ahead and can you heal other? It looks like Darkwing needs some healing. Cool. So anyone else? Muscle, okay. Let's have you actually. You're on cooldown. Muscle. Nice. Okay, well, they'll get here, and we'll be back when they do. Okay. This scene of these battle droids just, like, marching into battle is pretty creepy. Copper, you have a shield, so you're ready to go to deploy it. Let's go ahead and I guess we'll get Ahra Kiri. Let's get Zitro up a little bit. Let's get you guys up here as well. Just like make sure that we're taking full advantage of the shield that we're gonna drop. Okay, what is that? That is pretty much the last of their forces. These super battle droids marching in towards the end of the wave. Go ahead and drop this guy. Okay, they're fleeing. They're gonna flee right next to us since we're at the edge of the map. Pop down here, just a couple of them left. This guy is unarmed. I don't know what happened to him. He took some shots, but like, from what? Okay. And let's see, there's a couple droids up there still manning mortars. You're wandering away? No, you're not. So we'll have to go for them. These guys. Ooh, there is their commander. Mashinto, okay. Well, we'll like clean up the defenses here, and then we'll head over there. We'll see if we can take Mashinto. Okay, so Thunder Squad, Rocket Squad. Let's have you guys do some cleanup around here. Everyone else, let's get you guys moving over to like intercept that commander. Okay, we have Mashinto captured. Zitro, does he not do medical? So, looks like he just captured him, and then it looks like Heat's coming over to tend him. Set up a little stockpile, so they're kind of like gathering some things up. Did that because someone went on a mental break. Thunder. He's like doing a sad wander. So, we'll get folks loaded up. Everyone except Thunder and a like couple pilots and maybe Thunder, like Rocket Squad. We'll get everyone home with our prisoner, and then we'll get Rocket Squad home once Thunder is done having his mental break. We do just have one more colony to go, but if Thunder's breaking down, which I feel like he does pretty frequently, others are probably getting ready to break down. So we'll give them a couple nights at home, get them fed with some fine meals, get them some like recreation, all that fun stuff, and then we will launch our last assault with this group. Okay, we've got most our squads back at home. Thunder's still broken down. Looks like Charge has broken down. Cooper has broken down. There was like a little social fight earlier, so once we can get these guys loaded up, we will get them home. Taking a closer look at Mushinto here. He's a Nemoidian. So definitely feels very appropriate to be a general of the droid army. Okay, they've had a few days at the base to kind of like get their recreation up, relax, eat some fine meals or simple meals instead of nutrient paste, depending on what we have. It looks like we have both, so that's great. We are gonna load up and do our final assault. Okay, we are here. We are getting ships off the board, and we are moving in. Bases, 2 bases mashed up right in the middle, very condensed. One like little satellite base out there. We can see 60 of them here, 41 of them there, maybe some indoors. It is daylight, so we should probably head up this way to get us some cover. Ooh, Charge took a shot but didn't get hurt. Boulders coming in. Ooh, Charge and Thunder. Thunder! Oh, no. Ooh. Charge. Destroyed by a mortar, probably. You got 2 mortar bruises. Thunder right next to him. Same deal. Oh, that's rough. Thunder, another kind of like long time, higher ranking clone in our army. I was hoping, like, without any deaths, the last 2, that we might skate by with none today. But here we go. Okay. They are, like, coming in hot. Who can drop a shield? You get up here. Okay. Get right there. Drop this shield. Everyone else in around music. Let's get some marksman command going. Let's get combat command going. Okay, and like the stream of troops slowly crawling across the map. Atlas, how are you doing? Just a bruise, so you're fine. Let's get our Jedi up front just in case. Reactivate. Okay, I feel like I want to move this way to get more of these cannons, so Killer, let's get a shield over there. Right here. Okay, and then why don't you guys start moving in around Killer? And then drop the shield. Took a couple shots, but got the shield down, so I think we're in an alright spot. Other shield just dropped. Okay, now they're like attacking us down these corridors. Jedi's getting some stuns in. Okay, we have one group fleeing. You can see them kind of streaming off to the left. Still have this huge group coming in. Not sure if we want to push forward. You guys, is it just blaster burns? Right eye muscle. Okay. Let's do heal other. Let's do heal other. And let's see, they're gonna be coming in for a little bit. Let's see if we can take out some of these weapons over here. Got a destroyer just like chilling there. He's finally taken off. Okay, these guys are coming in. Cynic, do you have a shield? Yeah, you do. Let's get you right there. Let's get everyone around you. Let's have you deploy your shield. Okay, it's not a super great spot because not everyone can see. Let's get some of you guys into places where you can like take advantage of the shield and fire. It's a pretty good spot. It's not the best, like not everyone's gonna be in combat, but they're just like coming down a kill tunnel basically. Oh, what was that? Oh, we had a couple of them fleeing around this way. Okay. Death charge, thunder area revealed. And we're at a state where folks are fleeing. Let's see. You're a super battle droid, or yeah, you're a tactical droids. Do we see their general? I do not see their general. Is their general down here somewhere? I'm gonna like take a look real close for a second. Okay, I found him. Skizzard just hanging out up here, like part of the like super complex base, or like the double base complex, not really super complex base. Let's see if we can take him. We need to take these turrets out. Ooh, Muscle is taking some damage. Can you heal other? Ahra Kiri. Let's reactivate. Let's actually just close that. We don't need that HUD right now. Okay, cool. We can increase their force points and take stuff off cooldown that way. Nice. Okay, heal other. Muscle. Heal other. Okay, Muscle was like, he was like on the brink there, it looked like. Okay. Oh, they're like, oh. It's just like went too hard. Okay, well, like capturing 2 commanders, not too terrible. Mech cluster back at base. I guess we will just restrict all you guys to base walls, including the droids. Okay, well, little cleanup. I'll go ahead and take care of all that, and then we'll come back and we'll kind of like take a last look at our base. Okay, we've got everyone home. The mech cluster that deployed down here is actually a like defoliator, and it looks like there's a mech assembling. Oh, it's dormant actually, but we're just gonna head down there and take it out. So let's go. Oh, actually, we can speed things up, right? Okay, let's move in. And I don't see any active mechs down here. They do have a capsule, but that's fine. Like, we're gonna just wipe the floor with these guys. Okay, ooh, crazy explosion. I don't even know what exploded there. There must have been a cell that I didn't see. Okay, so that's gonna return things back to normal. We'll let folks heal up, and then we'll also let this haze go away. We'll do our last base tour. Okay, and here is most of our army, right? So I've got Ahra Kiri and Zitro, our general and commander from the Jedi Order, managing basically like Havoc Battalion, right? Um, and we have a little R series droid, we have a little protocol droid, we have Ian who's just like snuck into the picture as well. Um, I have been wanting to play like clones for a really long time, clone troopers, like Clone Wars stuff. So it's been a pretty good series for me, like really enjoyable to play. I really liked experimenting with the vehicles. Like I hadn't played with any of the kind of vehicles framework stuff before. The tanks were super cool. I think just with the faction base mod that we had, really hard to kind of like um strategically manage all of them along with a wave of like 120 droids coming at us. But I definitely like these hover tanks are so cool. I definitely want to use them in the future. Maybe as part of like base defense, taking out like mechanoid clusters or something with them. The other thing that felt really to me felt a lot like the Clone Wars was the strategy that we like came up with for doing our drop ships. Like it was a lot of micro to kind of like deal with the landing, the reloading, the taking off of the ship, and then moving our troops out of mortar fire, and not just once, but like 3 times in kind of like succession. Got really good at it towards the end, like felt pretty smooth. But definitely it just felt like clone troopers coming up in their drop ships, and just like assaulting these like droid bases. Like to me that felt very Clone Wars, and so I was super excited about that. Aesthetically, I feel like the base was what I was going for. I wanted something like pretty utilitarian, pretty militaristic, like with some pretty massive defenses around it and within it as well. So not, I wouldn't say it's like the prettiest base that we've had. I feel like it's a pretty good looking base. I feel like it fits the theme really well. The laboratory here, Ari's secret project, I feel like a secret lab on a military installation is something to kind of be expected. I wish I would have like thought a little bit more about the garage and also just like our ship landing area. Like okay, it's functional, it works, it's not very like symmetrical. Even like these different landing pads aren't these two are the same shape, this one's a little off, but it works. I like how this kind of ended up fitting in down here, so that felt really nice. And then the barracks design with ascetic pawns. I didn't want, they had enough mental breaks on their own. I didn't want them having like extra mental breaks because the barracks was too nice. And so I think shoving them into these really tiny rooms that we knew would be awful worked out really well for our clones that have the ideology that forced them all to be ascetic. So their bedrooms were never a problem for them, which was great. Um, Other stuff, I really enjoy the visuals here and just like the extreme buffs and stuff that came with the Bacta tanks. That turned out to be like super helpful. And just kind of like our little hospital setup, our little medical droid wandering around the hospital with our prisoners here. Um, yeah, pretty satisfied with the base. Pretty satisfied with the playthrough as well. There were like some things in the mod pack that were like a little buggy. We worked around them. The remnant forces, not the remnant, but the Imperial forces, like having to kind of like scale them back from the Star Wars theme. Like that didn't feel too great. Having some of the like pirate raiders only showing up with like bombs instead of guns, and for whatever reason, most of our raids being like super super tiny. Like I don't think they were like too game or immersion breaking, since the focus of the campaign was really like removing the local separatist forces from the board, and then also removing the external separatist forces, the Confederacy of Independent System Forces that had like made bases here. So yeah, this is our crew. I think for me, a really good crafter always ends up being one of my favorite pawns. Ammo, definitely. Every time I saw him hit something masterwork or legendary, that just like, draws attention to him. So he killed it. He definitely like one of my favorite pawns in the colony. Bambi, just basically like built 90% of this base with his bare hands. Obviously, a favorite. Zitro was interesting because when he originally showed up in our Deserters series, it was like, oh, there's like an older Jedi that we can kind of like recruit into the colony. And it happened towards the tail end of that series. I was just like, not super interested in him, but then my gears kind of started spinning. I was just like, this is a Jedi that survived the Clone Wars, would have obviously been trained like during the Clone Wars, survived Order 66, managed to make it to kind of like that Mandoverse time period where the Republic is rebuilding, but there's still Imperial remnants around. I was like, he could have a really interesting backstory. And so I knew I wanted to give him more of a fleshed out backstory. So I'm glad that, I didn't want the Jedi to be a big focus of these series. Obviously, they were the generals and commanders of the clone armies. So I wanted to have, a reason for this clone army to be here. They needed some leadership. Zitro lost an eye, lost an arm. So a little more character development in his history. Ahra Kiri, kind of like mysterious. I didn't want to get too attached to her. She just looks so freaking cool. Like the hair from Aaron's, it's one of Aaron's hair mods. It just looks great on the Pantoran. The fact that she ended up in a relationship with one of our clones and they ended up having a baby, I feel like I couldn't scripted that better myself, because I knew from the beginning of the reaching for the name to name her Ahra Kiri, so that she could name her batch of clones Kieran clones, and also provide some kind of like origin, not quite too much backstory, but some more origin for Kieran from our Mandalorian series, and who was like a major player in our Shatterpoint series. I was like, I want to be able to tie this into the Mandalorian series as well. And so, carrying on the theme of Mandalorians contributing to the clone army with Jango Fett. I don't know if he was actually a real Mandalorian or just a mercenary, but like that thread kind of like, okay, there's an opportunity here to use this like hybrid Pantoran clone baby for a cloning project. And Ahra Kiri, with her vision of the future and the war that we're going to encounter, I've been foreshadowing a lot, but what I'm talking about is like the Neo-Sith Empire series that we're going to do later this year. That's when these clones will come into play. But her mission here, both the one she told the Jedi Council she came to do, which was eliminate the Confederacy forces on this planet, and win back the Yskar revolution, Yskar back into the Republic. Like she has completed that. That being said, her other mission, she has put this together. We are just finishing up, kind of like getting some armor in here. We got clothes in here. But we're going to seal this off pretty much like as soon as we get our armor finished for these future clones. We're going to seal these off. Hercules is the clone in question that ended up having the child with Ahra Kiri. He is actually going to go into this cryptosleep casket. So we do have a few droids in here. We have like a little MSC droid, Drevi, our first one. He'll be responsible for some cleanup and maintenance around the base. We also have a little dumb repair droid to help out with like maintenance and whatnot. For the most part, Kilo, our original starting R2 unit, he is going to be in charge of this facility while it's like hybrid mode or shutdown mode, basically. So, the Clone Wars lasted like 3 years. The Empire lasted for like 15 or something like that. But pretty much these droids are going to be in hibernation mode. And Kilo here is periodically going to exit hibernation mode, just check out the facilities, wake up droids as needed. And he has instruction from Ahra Kiri that in about 11 years, he needs to activate DD, And DD was one of our first protocol droids. He's also our protocol droid with some problems. So he has a makeshift leg. He lost a leg. If you use a droid repair kit, it does repair them, but it doesn't repair them with the best parts. You can actually make more droid parts at the fabricator, the hypertech fabricator. We didn't do that for him. So DD1, he has some personality issues, so we had to put a restraint bolt in him. He also has a makeshift leg, so he's like a little beat up, kind of oddball protocol droid. But once Kilo wakes up DD, DD is going to initiate the cloning procedure. So he's going to take all the Kirin clone embryos and put them in the vats. These clones aren't going to be accelerated aging, other than like their time in the growth vats, I guess. But DD will be responsible for all of their educational needs up to a point. And that's why Hercules is staying behind. One, Hercules and Ahra Kiri know that when they get back to the front line, like their relationship can't continue. It was a nice kind of like open secret that Havoc Squad and Cynic Squad kind of kept. And they snuck around the base, kind of like shacking up with each other. During their time here on Yskar, but they know that can't continue. Like the Jedi are going to have more eyes on them now that they're off this outer rim world and back on the front line of the war. Ahra Kiri has lots of Jedi training. She's trying to keep herself emotionally detached from this entire situation. She gave up her child to a Mandalorian that they rescued from a space pod crash. She cloned another child, made a clone of her child that was genetically modified for her clones. I think a person that wasn't a Jedi would maybe have more emotional attachment to that. But she is all right. Deep down inside, it impacts her, but surface level, steady. Hercules, on the other hand, we know that clones, not all of them are just super willing to just surrender their lives for this war that they didn't start, that they were just made for, right? We've seen clone deserters. Hercules here is going to be reported as lost in action on Yskar. He's going to go into this crypto sleep pod, and when these clones are ready for actual combat training, Hercules will take care of that. Once these clones are of the age that they can start learning combat, DD, maybe not DD, he's a little eccentric, but at least Kilo knows to go ahead and release him. The other thing to be aware of is once these clones are all raised and geared up and ready for combat, we don't know what day, we don't know what year they will be discovered and brought into the war that will happen with the Neo-Sith Empire. So we have crypto sleep pods for them to just hibernate until that time comes. We do have supplies in here. We do have basically endless power. We've separated this from the power grid. So they're in a little self-sustaining place, but only so much. I think they're still hooked up to this food as well. So, we can't have them up and active all the time, but while they are learning and growing, they'll have their barracks facilities, they'll have their education facilities, they'll have recreation and food. So that's kind of the plan that'll happen here, kind of as the epilogue or after this series ends. I think there is just one more thing that we need to do before we end the series. Oh, there goes Hercules. We've sealed this off. We have our droids hibernating. Okay, they are good to go. I think we are loading this up. Plasteel and silver, all the silver that we have, and then as much plasteel as we could fit in there. Let's go ahead and launch this, and let's see if we can get allied with the Yskar Revolutionary Imperium. We are allied with them. They're now allied with the Republic, and I think to help kind of symbolize that, can't do it, right? Can I do it? Can we edit? Yeah, we can edit them, modify. Before the Confederacy of Independent Systems like came and exerted influence on Yskar, and kind of like stirred up this fake revolution within them. They were the Yskar Republic. So they are converting back. They have like a temporary government back in place while they kind of like get things back into order before the war came to their front door. And so with that, like, I think pretty much everyone else is leaving abandoned clone outposts and war facilities and in the Clone Wars, actually probably more in like Star Wars Rebels. And this is just kind of going to be a relic of the Clone Wars, kind of long forgotten, overgrown with jungle. And yeah, the end of the series. Thanks for hanging out with me so much, you guys. I hope you enjoyed some of the storytelling that we were able to do here. I hope you guys enjoyed the series. Those of you guys playing with the mod pack, I hope that you're enjoying playing with the mod pack as much as I did. And tomorrow I'll get the progress render up. I'm also going to be posting some xenotypes in a poll. I'm going to create some custom xenotypes for our next playthrough. And I'd love your guys' feedback on like which one you would like to see our tribals kind of like start out as in our Vanilla Factions Expanded Tribals playthrough. I need some time to put that mod pack together, do a little testing. It's going to be a lot more trimmed down than the recent mod packs that we've had, which will be a relief for me. But that means there won't be RimWorld on Thursday or Friday this week. I'll kind of like assemble mod pack, finalize the xenotype, do a little testing probably like Friday. And then, this weekend I'll get back to my normal recording schedule. So we'll launch our next series next Monday, and kind of TBD on the title, Tribals something, maybe. That being said, I am going to do the Droid series streaming on Saturday, and I'll be doing Baldur's Gate 3 streaming on Sunday. Hope to see some of you guys there. But until next time, have a good one. Bye.